Welcome to Dakota Does Dressage. Dakota is my paint gelding, and my name is Andrea, and my channel is all about our journey starting Western dressage, with Dakota being a senior horse. He's 20 years old. We just got into this back in the spring, and I am totally hooked. So I've been seeing comments from people in Facebook groups that I follow that are specific to Western dressage, where they're looking for people who've ridden tests and what scores they've gotten and what comments they've gotten back from the judge, and I feel like that's something I want to share. So I found a virtual dressage show series called Better Dressage Scores.com. If you're interested in finding more information about that, I will link that in my description below. I filmed a test back in June. If you want to go back and see that, also check the description. And in August, I filmed 2 tests. So WDAA Intro Test Level 3 is a video you can watch now. Today we're going to be talking about the WDAA Intro Level Test 4. I've filmed this one using my Pivo. In the June one, I also used my Pivo. Level 3, or test number 3, I actually had my husband, he was able to come out and film me with like a legit nice camera. So the quality on this test, as far as the camera goes, isn't as nice as the level 3 test, but it still got watched and judged, and that's the nice thing about this virtual show series. They're not expecting people to have like a film crew come out and film you while you do your test. You can get away with using your iPhone or cell phone, which is what I used, and I am lucky that I invested in a Pivo device just to record my videos even before I started doing Western dressage. I've got my video that I submitted up here. I've got the score sheet from the judge with all the comments, and I'm gonna share that with you today, so let's get into it. Western Dressage Association of America Intro Level Test 4. You enter the arena at the working jog, enter at A, and then at X, halt through the working walk, salute, and then develop the working jog through the walk and proceed working jog. So I got a 7.5 with comments of a square halt ever so slightly to the left of the line, slightly wobbling at move off, further accentuated by my unleveled tripod. At C, track right, working jog. And this test has serpentine, so M through F, you're supposed to do 1 loop 5 meters off the track. I got a 6.5 on this maneuver with a comment of loop too shallow, needs to be 5 meters. Work for clearer energy and jog for balance and bend. And then at A, you start a circle to the right, 20 meters, working jog, and then proceed working jog. I got a 6.5. with comments of bend to be more clearly on outside aids, horse slowing slightly on the circle. And yeah, I remember filming this, and it was so hot and humid, my glasses were falling off my face. I had to film this without glasses on. So then you're gonna kind of do a square. So at E, turn right, working jog, and you're gonna do basically a straight line down to B, and then at B, turn right, working jog. And this one has a coefficient, so I scored a 6.5 times 2, that's 13, with comments of hands and arms are high and braced. The horse is slightly braced at the jaw and poll and is kind of strung out. And then from F to A to K, continue on the track, working jog. I got a 6.5. Horse needs to give in the jaw and pull here and come to soften in the connection. It needs bend on short side, on outside aids. And then at K, you come down to the working walk. I got a 7. Showed some energy, rider's hands to be lower and closer together. And then from E to M, you do a free walk. And then at M, you come back to a working walk. So this is another coefficient. I got 13. Needs to show active stretch that encourages bascule to the back, work for over track. And then between C and H, develop a working jog, and then it's another serpentine, another loop, H to F, so 5 meters off the track. I got a 6.5. Loop looks shallow, needs a bit more bend and energy. And then at A, circle left 20 meters at the working jog. I got another 6.5 to be more supple in bend with impulsion to facilitate more correct balance and bend on circle and short side. And then it's another straight line situation. So when we get to B, we're going to turn left, still at the working jog until we get to E, and then that's another left turn with a coefficient here. So I got a 13. Rider leans to turn, horse gets on shoulder. So yeah, I know collapsing in my hip is a big issue. I've seen that in pretty much all my rides. And then at A, we come back down the center line. We'll halt at X through the walk and salute. And I got a 7.5 here, almost on the line, jog to be more active. And if you go back and watch my June test, I do a terrible job of getting on the center line. So I've really practiced that between filming that test and filming these other 2 tests in August. So I'm pretty psyched to see that I got a 7.5 on those center line maneuvers, I think on both tests. So as I'm doing the tack check here, I will read you my other collective marks. So for gaits, I got a 6.5 with a comment of just freedom. And again, that's what they put on my other test, and I don't know if that means we had good freedom or need more freedom. So if anyone knows what that means, put it in the comments below. For impulsion, I got a 6.5. Vigor, impulsion, and jog, energy is needed to facilitate improved connection. For rider's position, seat, and hands, I got a 6.5. Arms and hands to be lower and closer together in front of the horn and just over the saddle pad in order to be more elastic and correct in alignment. Rider's correct and effective use of the aids, a 6.5. Horse is steady but needs to give slightly in top line through the jaw and pole and soften to hand connection. Impulsion is needed to ask horse to seek connection. Develop bend on outside aids. And then for harmony, we got, this one has a coefficient, so I got a 7, which comes out to a 14. Willing and kind steed needs to soften to connection and be in front of aids more to facilitate a more free-flowing performance. And then she has just one other little comment here. What a gorgeous horse. Thank you, I agree. Work to get this horse more energetic and clearly in front of your aids. Then elastic half halts can encourage horse to give slightly and come more correctly into gaits and self-carriage. Bend to develop on outside aids. So those are all really great comments. Like, I know exactly what I need to be working on in September. And if you are liking my videos and you're subscribing and you're following along on our journey, you're gonna see the videos I post in September are my efforts in getting him more collected or more on the bit, increasing our impulsion. It's probably gonna involve me posting, which I'm terrible at, so you'll get to see me fail at that. But basically, my goal is to raise all of these 6.5s up to 7s for our September test. So the verdict here, I ended up getting a 66.750% on the test with 133.5 points out of a possible 200 points. So considering this is, I filmed this one actually before the test number 3. So this is our second only dressage test that we've ever done, and I did improve over the first test, and that's what I'm trying to capture and share with you. So if you liked this video, you like sharing this journey with Dakota and I, make sure you subscribe, like what you're seeing. Also follow us on Instagram at Dakota Does Dressage, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.